Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another airbrushing step-by-step. Today's portrait is a female sort of set in the 50s type look with the hair. We've got this on just under A4 size, so it's a real sort of small portrait that we're doing. Not one of the miniature ones that we've been doing on the channel, but an actual small one anyway. We're working from a tablet this side, so I can pinch and pull the image and bring it up. So when I move you in closer, I'll talk you through. I'll put the image of her to the side of the screen, then you can sort of relate to where I am on the picture. The actual paint colour we're doing this in today, I wanted to do it in like a sepia to give it that sort of vintage look. So we're going to go just one colour, sepia, and we've got a new brush that we are going to be doing this portrait with. I've got the brush just here. So the brush we're using today, I've been kindly sent this out from airbrushes.com. I'll leave a link in the description because these are on offer at the minute. They're doing a promotion on them. So they've kindly sent one out so I could do a demo for you guys. And it is the Iwata Custom Takumi micron. This is the one we're going to be painting with today. So I'm going to do a little unboxing and then you're going to get to see it in action close up, and I'll talk to you about it and review it as we paint with it. And I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. So the actual brush, if you've not seen a custom micron, when you get them in the boxes are really nice. The first thing you get is a iwata, like a silk mat. So you can use this for cleaning your brush on. So that comes in the box. And then you get an aluminium, brushed aluminium case with chrome edges, really nice. Custom micron, absolute precision on the front. These are a really nice box that lock and open up. Then inside you've got your brush mounted in a nice foam. You get an air filter trap, Iwata super lube, a spanner to remove your nozzle from the front of the brush, and you get a side feed. You also get inside documentation on the brush. You get your Iwata sticker. You get your test piece that shows this brush has been tested and what it can actually perform like. So it's all like certificated up. So always really nice packaging on the microns, they really are. I own the CMSB V2 and you get it in the red box. Same box, but you get it in like a red case. Very similar brush when you look at them side by side. I'd pull the brush out, but as you can see we've got white up here. I've sort of gutted the stud. I've been painting today, sort of big stuff with the big spray guns in here. So I thought I'd get this all tidied up and I'll do a portrait for you on this brush because I've been itching to try this brush, I really have. Because the actual custom Takumi comes up shorter in the body at the front here. So it's a lot more closed up, brings you your triggers a lot closer to the front end of the brush. Really nice, comfortable trigger top, but I'm going to talk you through all these bits as we press on with this. So, paint mix, I'll pop up in the screen right now. Right guys, I've been itching to get hold of one of these brushes and give them a go. Now, as you can see on the brush, really nice trigger top, very comfortable triggers on these. They really are one of the best for trigger comfort on these brushes. Side feed, so you can take the pin out this side. Left or right handed, you can move the cup to what side you want, so you can put the cup over this side. Cup on this one is really nice fitting on the side. I've got the Takumi Eclipse and it's very loose, but this is really snug to the body. So it's not getting loose at all. Very nice and tight to the body. Your crown cap, we're going to work with this off. Now the bonus with this is you can spin the brush round and you can mount it to the back of the brush. You've got your preset here, so you can dial this in, silky smooth, stops your trigger, and you can start to move your trigger back. We're going to use this on full. If you take the actual back of the body off, you've got a spring tensioner here. So this, if you wind this in, this gives you more tension on your spring. So we'll have a go at that and just see what this is like. Try it at that. Cut away, if you want to do a quick flush, you can pull your chuck back like that. I always tend to put these so they're sort of there, so when you've got it in your hand, your skin's not digging into the cutaway here, so you can move the body around to what you want. 7ml cup, I believe this is. Now, if you don't get on with these cups, you can change these. You can take these off like that, and you can put the Neo cup goes on, and also the Harder and Steenbeck small 5ml cup that you get on the Infinity or the Evo will screw onto these as well. But we're going to use it with a big cup on. Got the cap to the top. Now I've got a paint mix, as you've seen in that little clip that popped up. We've got some sepia, so we're going to drop this in. Pull it through, pop the cap on, and then go to a test piece. Now I have got a test piece, but it's not in view for you guys, so I'll just move this down. We'll put that to the side, and we're just going to pull this paint through. And this is what I mean by the micron, guys. Now, if I can bring the camera around just slightly, you will see how precise these brushes are. I mean, look at that on detail. That is just absolute hairline, and I'm just basically pushing the trigger down. So really nice. You can find the sweet spot on that trigger straight away. Tiny little dagger strokes, look. Atomise is really nice. We can drop the pressure down in this. And just straight away you can go straight in and you can hit them real fine hairlines. So the paint's running really well. We shall crack on and start this portrait. So first off, we're going to go in and just start on the eyes. And just work some in. This is what I mean by how fine this brush gets down. Just working the eyebrow in. Little dagger strokes, that's what we want. Bit of soft shading in here, coming round. Just going in nice and light. Building the layers up, and this is a small portrait where you can see how small it is just by the eye I'm just doing here. Just working on these eyelashes. Down the side of the nose. Put the nose in. Moving on to the other eye. A little bit of tip dry. We're going to get it because we're working very up close. Working in this piece here. No shields on this one. We're just going to go without them. trace out some of the lines. So really, I'm just enjoying the brush. Should be talking to you about it. The trigger response is ridiculously good. It really is. It's like, I don't think you're going to get much better than this, but we've got the infinity coming. That's the only thing I can say that's going to come close to one of these. No other brush will come close other than to a micron. They really won't. Just for comfort, they're just very comfortable. I'll get the eraser shortly. We'll just knock out these lines and it'll just soften this up again. Just going to drop a bit more on this eyebrow. And here. So very comfortable, brings you up nice and close to your work. And I think that's what you want with the brush. You want something that you're just going to get on with and enjoy painting with. Atomises really well at low pressure with a very nice mix. If you get your paint mixes right with these, you'll just sit there all day and just enjoy it. Starting to work this hair in. And this is where the micron comes alive, on these little, when you want these real nice hair dagger strokes coming round. Just performs brilliant. It really does. So it'd be a nice one to work with on one of the micro portraits. Working it would be nice. As I say, I've got the original CMSB V2, and that is basically this. A little shorter front end on this, but it performs the same. My hair textures may be slightly different, but we will get similar end result. I mean, that's tiny on that earring. So just working nice and light, like I do on the other ones, just nice and light, building it up. But this is where it comes alive, is just these little, when you're doing the little flick outs for the hair on something this small. You can just hit it, and you know you're going to hit it. You know you can go up with the brush, and you've got ultimate confidence that you know you can just go bang, and you're just going to hit it with a brush. You're not going to be going finding like, is that paint coming out, is it, isn't it, or taking the trigger so far back and then the paint's coming out. This thing is just bang and it's there. I mean, I've been using the Evo a hell of a lot and I absolutely love that brush. We could have done this with the Evo, not a problem. But the reason why I'm liking this as well is you've got that spring tensioner on this, so you can set the tension to what you want. Which is really nice. As I say, my hair textures will be slightly different. I mean, these are very expensive brushes and it's not one of them brushes that you can just, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and buy a micron today. They are expensive, but you can see why. You know, you can see why. And they do come with like a I think it's up to like a 10-year warranty on these. You don't get that with many brushes. But I've had my one for, got me coming on 10 years, probably longer. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Performs like it did when I got it out of the box. We can keep working this. But yeah, they just perform very well. Right, coming round on this now. shouldn't take long, this portrait. I should really be blasting through this, but I'm just sort of plodding along. A bit more around here, just working this hair in. Takes a little bit of time. Loads and loads and loads of dagger strokes. I mean, you can just go straight in and hit them details when you want them. Have to keep mixing this paint because it tends to sort of separate a little bit when you're working. Really could do with some shields. I've packed the shields away because I've been painting in here, spraying. All the airbrushes are sort of packed away. Just going to go and grab one of the shields. Got the old faithful. Now I can just go in and pop some of these edges. Just sharpen them up where I need them sharper. Not more in here. I'm going to pop some highlights out in this as well, just to make it straight. Yeah. down, I've got a sharp line here. And one here. A little bit more off that. Drop a tone in down here. Down the back of the neck. Shoulder, got a pass in here. Just going to shield off this part here. Just put a very soft edging on that. This is what I mean by how good does that atomise. Look at that. It's ridiculously good. Just put an edge on here, very faint one. Just a little bit darker here. Coming up this arm. Got some little crease lines in the top and down. This is what I mean. Look at the dots you can get with this brush. Talk about minute. A little bit here. It's just nice because it just drops the paint in so softly. Sort of crease lines, drop them in. Moving on to this bit here. A little bit darker in here. A little fold. Crease. A little bit darker. Another little crease line there. Right, we've done that piece. We've got some creases coming up here. And they just sort of fan out behind her. A little bit more on the hair there. A little bit more on this lip. Bit more on the hair. And we'll get rid of these unwanted lines. I did go in there to get an eraser and I totally forgot. working that bit of hair in. Put some real tight hair strands in now, just really sharpen things up a bit. And the lawnmower next door's going, typical. It's either pigeons or next door's lawnmower. They're tiny little hairlines there. Just want to sharpen this shadow up here. Darker pass in here. There's some little flick outs over here. Just drop them in freehand. We're going to go in with the eraser in a minute, just get rid of these unwanted lines. Bit darker in here. should have gone that way. Working here is not chatting much about the brush, so as you can tell I must be enjoying it because I'm not saying anything. No, really nice, guys. If you are thinking of one, you can afford one, get one. You won't look back. Me personally, I'm a big H&S fan. I'm a fan of all brushes. You know, I love the iwatas, I love the H&S's. All the brushes that I've got, they all perform, you know. It's just your preference. A little bit more around here. We've got a little edge around here. Down. Bit more shading in here. Just darken this up. We need to darken the back piece up here. Like that. There's a little bit darker in here. We're nearly done. Once I get the pencil lines rubbed out, and then we can drop some of the highlights in. A few more little whispery hairs, a bit more darker on this. And here. Just want to get that. That shadow. Make it a little bit more prominent. That's something you can just get straight in on them tiny little details that you're after. Right, we'll do a few erasing on it, which will then right, I'll get the eraser and we'll just erase some bits off. Right, now we can just get rid of these, and this will look loads better once these are gone. Made it look a lot softer just by taking them pencil lines away. Now we can just go back in. Tip dry. I think we're out of paint. We're out of paint. Just give it a little top up. And we're back in. Just going to do a little bit more on this. Around here, just darken these. tiny fine hairlines. Down, I've got these little tiny lines here. I might make these a little bit more prominent down the dress. I think we're done, guys. I think we are done. Just going to do a little tone around this edge. Not that back there. A bit up here. I think we're done. It's come out quite nice. Just going to drop some highlights in, if this Posca paint pen's working, on the eyes. There, we've got some on the lip here. A little bit on the ear. We've got some bits on the earring. We could drop some in the hair. A little bit on that lip there. We've got some down, across a bit here. Highlighting that shoulder. In here. Little bits coming round. I think that'll do. Looking quite nice. So all in all, I can't knock the custom takumi guys. I mean, if you are thinking of one, they are, you know, this is a small portrait. It's come out really well. Easy to do, very easy with that brush. It wasn't hard to do it. It really wasn't. Because you know you can go on the trigger and you are going to hit them things you want to hit. And you know that brush is going to perform. And it just does. It just gives you confidence when you paint. Right guys, so we got the portrait down. All I can say is about the custom takumi, it's phenomenal, it really is. To get them tighter details down and them fine, I mean, it just does it so easily. It's a very expensive brush, we all know. Any of the custom microns, they are up there. They are obviously the dearest brushes out there. Now, if you can afford one, they are worth the money. They really are worth the money because it'll be a brush that will be with you for your whole career. You won't have any problems with it. It won't tarnish. It just works. And that's what they are. They're workhorses. They really are. Iwata, H&S, Creos, they're brands that are they're just solid. All of them, they're just solid. So if you are thinking of a brush, they're the brands I'd recommend, guys. I really would. This one is on promotion at the minute, so I'm going to leave a link in the description to airbrushes.com on this brush. I think it's an absolute beast. It really is. I mean, to perform that comfortably, there was no dramas for me with that portrait at that size, working down on that size. That's basically the same size as what's on the tablet screen. I mirror matched, and that's a 10-inch tablet. Straight down. And it was just like really easy. It was like, you've just not got to worry what the brush sort of does it for you. You just go in and you just press the trigger and it's there every single time you press the trigger. You know you can just go in, and if you want to hit one of them tiny little eyelashes, I mean they're tiny, you can just go in and go boop, and it just does it. You get the paint mix right. We're running, it's around 10 psi. I mean the air pressure's dropped in the main tank, so this is down to 15 on the main line, so we must have been running around 8 or 9 psi comfortably with that. Nice thinned out mix, and just build the layers up. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Learn a little bit along the way. Sorry I didn't talk you through much on this, but you've sort of seen how I was applying the paint. I gave you a little bit of info along the way. It was mainly just to have a blast with the takumi, because I've always wanted to have a go with one, because I own the CMSB, and it was like, yeah, cracking brush, it really is. So thanks for watching, guys. Drop your comments and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.